most of the day to come up with that at the end of the game?
Yeah, I mean, they just stayed persistent. They never lost faith. They kept believing. And, I mean, you'll see it on there. I mean, there's a lot of times there was like the play's there, the play's almost there, the play's almost there. And for whatever reason, there's a bunch of different reasons, whether it be a holding or a false start or a turnover or a drop ball or just things that you can't do if you really want to win and you want to sustain drives. They were just happening, but the guys never lost faith. They never quit believing and ultimately found a way to win there at the end. So incredibly proud of them.
You never thought about going away from John. Just what does that say to keep having confidence and belief in him despite some of the mistakes that he made? What does it do for a player like him in a big moment like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure whenever we sit in this team meeting that everybody in this room, in this building, has the utmost faith in John Mateer. And John has a short memory. Whenever something bad happens, he's quick to wipe it, and he'll do that over and over and over again. But he's the ultimate competitor. The play that sticks out in my head is that first interception. I mean, go look at his effort on that play. Push the dude out at the 3-yard line. What happened the next play? An interception, right? It's little things like that just keep on giving everybody the confidence in number 10. And, again, he's the ultimate competitor. He's always going to try and do everything that he can to win. So I'm just proud of him every which way.
What's your role in that, though? To keep, I mean, is John just so self-motivated, even with 3 picks, he's not sweating it? Or do you have to constantly remind him, you're the dude, you can do this?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of both to that. I mean, John is like I've said, he's such a good competitor. He's such a good teammate, and he loves football. And so when something bad happens, I mean, you can't go down the drain. You have to wipe it, and he does a good job of doing that. And I think having the tablets on the sideline and everything really help. Hey, great decision, great eyes, love everything about this. Hey, you gotta make the throw. It just comes down to that a lot more than it doesn't. But I'm always gonna try and instill confidence in him every time he runs out there, because I believe in him. Everyone on the team does, and again, he's just an incredible competitor.
How did you get
so wide open?
Okay, there you go.
How did he get so wide open? Well, I think the play before we had a big play from Jaron. Made the first guy miss and went, and then we lined up really fast. And whenever you line up really fast, there's a good chance for miscommunication from the defense. Everybody did a great job of getting lined up quick, running down the field. John, unbelievable job of seeing the field. Isaiah, great job staying up the seam, put it on him. And, that's how.
Coach, you appeared to be pretty emotional when that game ended down there on the field. What all was going through your mind when that game went final? Why?
I just think about these kids, and I've almost been here for one whole year. I think I showed up on like December 2nd or 3rd, and I just think about those young men and those players who were here that are still here, and everything this last year has happened, and everything that we've gone through, and all the team building, and all the good times and the bad times. Like it's just special. I think about the kids that sit in this room, and they made a decision that they were going to be hard to kill, and those guys just keep on showing up and competing their butt off. So I'm happy for the staff that I get to work with, but most importantly, I'm just happy for these kids because they're a special bunch, and they deserve everything. And so we got to keep on working. They know that, and I'm just proud of them.
You kept telling us that Dion just kept being consistent and staying ready. Just what did that? How big was that touchdown for him?
Oh man, it's huge, and that's a culmination of weeks of consistent practice and just getting better and keeping his head down and working. I mean, it was huge. It was so awesome to see. It was awesome to see his emotion on the sideline, how much it meant to him, how much it meant to a bunch of guys around him. It was just awesome. So, he ran that play exactly how we coached it, and I loved watching the transition from the practice field go to the game field. Him and the O-lineman and Jaron Canick's block on that play was so huge, and everything about it was awesome. So I'm really happy for Dion in that moment, man.
Ben, you don't have a lot of things going in the first half, and You just can't. I just imagine you have to keep going, don't you? I mean, talk about your mindset going into the second half when you came back from the first half and you probably didn't get what you wanted in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, you have to keep going. I mean, there ain't no other choice, And the encouraging thing was you watch the film and everything we wanted was there. I mean, everything we wanted, and so it was really easy to go in there to those kids and say, hey, keep pushing, keep going, keep believing, focus on your job, focus on the detail of it, and we're going to get what we want in the end. And those kids did that. And so, but yeah, whenever things don't go your way or bad things happen, you can't stop. You got to keep going. So, and that's for me, that's for every player, every coach, you have to. So.
Screen to Burks where he scored. Was that a LSU look you were waiting on to call that play, or why was it so wide open?
Yeah, well, how the game had been going, they had gotten to where they were playing some man coverage and bringing pressures with it. On that exact play, they brought cover zero. So cover zero, they're bringing humans. There's nobody else. If you get through the front line of it, there's literally nobody. And so it's awesome job by John getting the ball out. Great job by Dion making the play. Huge block by Jaron. And, it's really cool whenever the O-linemen get to run out there and there's nobody to block. So that's cool.
What does it say about Fabecci that he was ready to essentially be your emergency center and do that at a high level?
I mean, it's who he's been this entire time. Just always ready whenever he needs to step up, ready for his moment. He is a true leader on this offense. And he was so awesome all week. Whenever we told him on really Sunday, hey, you're probably going to have to play center this week, he showed up on Monday ready to roll. I think he had one errant snap all week. So I had a lot of confidence in him going out there. Unbelievable job communicating, unbelievable job leading, played his butt off. I couldn't be more proud of Fabecci.
Yeah, I asked Brent about did he consider going to the bullpen with the tough night that John was having. You just said that nobody lost belief in him. Can you kind of describe what goes into that process and how you play that out during a game when a guy is struggling like he was to move the football, and why you stuck with him?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a culmination of everything that he has done in the year that he's been here, from the work that he's put in, the relationships that he's built, the consistency that he has built. I mean, he's an unbelievable competitor, and he wants to go win the ball game. And so I'm proud of John. I'm proud of how he shows up every day, and even whenever there's bad, he always finds a way to respond. And so I'm proud of that.
I guess redeeming at the end or fulfilling at the end kind of made you look really smart by not pulling with the two touchdown passes.
Oh, I wouldn't give me any credit on looking smart right there. I mean, the guy, I mean, kids played hard and they executed and found a way to get the ball in the end zone.
And it's not only that you had to move Fabecci to center, you had to put Foje, who started at tackle, to guard. So how did the makeshift offensive line, in your opinion, work throughout the game?
I thought they did a really good job. I thought there were some unbelievable times in the run game where we broke out into the open. They did a really good job of pushing the pile in a lot of moments. And so at the end of the day, especially this late in the season, a lot of people are banged up. You have to figure out a way. You have to find a way, and our kids put their head down. They worked, and they figured out a way. So I'm really proud of that group, just the work that went into this week and the game they played today.
Ben, this is a team that's very likely headed to the college football playoff. When you got here in December last year, is this where you envision you'd be right now?
Yeah, I didn't come to Oklahoma not to be in these moments and in these situations, and with a leader like BV and a defensive staff and defensive mind like BV and the players that we have in this building, and then the coaches that we have on offense and the kids and the belief and buy-in that I've seen from them the entirety that I've been here. Yeah, to be in a position to have this opportunity, present itself, I think is incredible, and it's why you come to Oklahoma.
Ben, we heard all the way back in fall camp that Isaiah was super reliable. To see him sustain that throughout the course of the season and do what he did tonight on top of it, just what does that say about him and what does that mean? I mean, really big.
Yeah. Do you think we were lying to you? No? Okay. No, he everything y'all see on Saturday is who he is all the time. To his process, how he takes care of his body, to how he is, film study, and I mean, he is a really good football player, and he's a really good human, and he's a really consistent person. And so that's what you see on Saturdays.